Ready? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, welcome to the Comedy Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Don Gray. So two of my favorite things, comedy and fitness, is chocolate my peanut butter, peanut my chocolate. And today, I'm honored to have one of the, well, I think you're one of my most popular podcast guests out of all the podcasts. You know, really, I think Caroline Bacard has the highest ratings, but still, I think one of the popular podcast guests I have. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put it together for the lovely and handsomely talented Mr. Nery Saenz.
That's
Hey,
did I ever tell you the story of working with Colin Moulton, and that he had a friend when they would write jokes together, another comedian, he had a comedian friend, and when they would write jokes together, he would, you know how we go like, oh, and then I say blah blah blah.
yeah.
So the other comic would tell him, he's like, so I have this bit, and it goes, so I say, ba 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 ba, and then and he literally would do that noise as if the audience was laughing, like
applause. Like he wrote in an applause break for each.
Like
each
he
joke.
would verbalize it. He would also verbalize it to Colin as they're writing. He was like, "Hey, what do you think about this joke? I have this joke that says, and then the chicken crossed the road." And then
Not just chuckle, not laugh. Insert laugh here.
No,
Yeah, that's a bit much.
And
But I like the
okay.
confidence. I like the confidence. I write insert laugh here.
And there was never any other variable. There was never any other like chuckle, laugh. It was always an uproar. It was always like just a roar of the crowd.
I love those balls. Everything killed. Every fucking thing. Every concept destroyed.
Every tag, every punch. It's just
Everything.
Good.
Well, you only get that when you come in and out of the podcast. You're not getting that for every bit.
All right.
But yeah, the Comedy Fitness Podcast is finally back. Took a while to get back. All right, we have a lot to catch up on because we got to get it done in 30 minutes or less. We're like Domino's Pizza, old school. But first of all, how you been? Your fitness journey has been pretty crazy. You know,
I'm great. I just finished a workout. I haven't even taken a shower. I just finished a workout.
Now, last time my audience was talking to you, it was in the 2020s, early 2020s. Right. Yeah, so
we're still in the 2020s, by the way.
I know, but it's right 2025. It's March 2025. We're going to release this month. But so how much you down, man? Talk to me. Give me some pounds. Give me pounds.
No, I am actually down now.
Total weight.
From my heaviest. From my heaviest, I got to do the math. I think it's 125.
Round it off
right now.
Okay. Wow.
125.
I was at the whole person.
I was at my heaviest was 368, and I'm at 243 this morning.
Okay. So, 268. Bad at math, but 260. So 125-ish.
Whatever that is.
That's a supermodel. You've lost the whole supermodel.
Or Timothy Chalamet.
He does not weigh that little. He looks tiny. He's a tiny man.
That guy's tiny.
He's transgendery. He's a little.
He's bringing back the heroin chic thing of the early 90s. Remember the heroin chic where everybody in the early 90s was like super like
Kate Moss. That's why Kate Moss is Kate Moss, right?
Exactly.
But he does prove the Hollywood thing. Like you have to have a huge head. He's skinny with a huge dome.
I don't think it's huge. I just think comparative to the rest of his body, it looks big. I think if he ate carbs, I think he would just have a normal size head.
Like I didn't believe him in Dune. I mean, even though I know Paul Atreides isn't like some buff character, I'm like, dude, Jason Momoa didn't train you to fight. You look like you skipped every meal. You didn't take any of the protein shakes. I mean, but I wasn't into Dune. I wasn't that into the Dune lore.
I just finished. I'm still not even finished with part 2 right now. I got like half an hour left, so I got the whole gist of it. But I'm now like I enjoyed the movies, the Dune movies, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how is it that Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin trained you, and they never said, hey, maybe you should eat some carbs?
Right? Or something besides plants. He looks like he's on a plant-based diet.
Yeah.
I'm
on the ship that I'm on right now has a huge vegan group.
Oh, how
1,500 people.
Did it change? Oh, I have jokes about vegetarians. Did it change the buffet?
No, it's not vegetarians. It's vegans. They
they're,
made
they're
a
worse. They're
they
vegetarian
yeah.
Nazis. Vegetarian
Yeah,
Nazis. Yes.
they are no dairy products, no eggs, no milk, no cheese, like no cheese, no dairy
No
products.
fun.
So
No fun. Have they been to the shows? Because
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
great at the shows. They
Oh,
were
okay, good. Well, they
fantastic at
do
the
get
shows.
drunk. They do get drunk. Alcohol is
They
plant
were
based.
fantastic. I made a joke about like I love the fact I love hanging with anybody. I have vegan friends, and I love the fact that I just learned. By the way, I learned that there was a vegan group live at the show. Like I was like, oh, there's a huge vegan group. Like there's a huge group. What kind of group is it? And it's like vegans. It's like how many? Like 1,500 people. So I'm
Oh,
learning that, and I'm like, that makes way more sense. I love you guys. I was like, I'm not a vegan, but I love when there's big groups of vegan because the hamburger line there was no line for the and it's true. There was
beef.
no line. There was no line. I was just like,
That's
get
like
up and grab
1,500.
whatever.
That's a large portion of the ship. You're right. You get all the
That's like
bacon you want this week.
I was like, it's
you're
fantastic.
like you're
And
like
they laughed
oh.
and I asked them if there was anybody who was married to a vegan who's not a vegan, and then some people raised their hands, and I was talking to them,
Oof.
and I was like, oh, I was great. No, and I was like, do you care that she's a vegan? And then he was like, no. And like, has she ever tried to make you be a vegan? And he's like, no. And then I asked the lady, I'm like, ma'am, do you don't care that you're a vegan and your husband's not? And then she's like, no. I'm like, yeah, because he's gonna die anyways. Who cares?
He's
And
gonna
then
die
they
anyways.
loved
Nice.
that. They loved it. They loved it, man. It was a great.
No,
There was
vegans are.
one guy who was a jerk, and at the second show, there was one guy who was a jerk, and he wouldn't shut up. He's an animal rights activist, and he
Oh
made sure
boy.
he told me that, and he was
Oh
just
boy.
yipping and yapping. And then I got to a point where I said to him, I wasn't even talking to him, and he just started like yelling, and I was like, "Why are you bringing?" I'm like, "You're at a comedy show. What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm an animal rights activist." I'm like, "I don't care if you're an animal rights activist. This is not your show. This is not your time." And
He wanted
so
to be an activist right then. He was activating right
right,
then.
yeah. And he was telling me about how animals have feelings or whatever. And then I
Oh
said to
boy.
him, I told him, if I tell you I'll switch over to vegan, would that shut you the hell up? And the entire crowd roared. It was the entire crowd actually roared and cheered. His own people cheered against him. It was awesome. It was fantastic. It was a great time.
They are a little cultish. You got to find out the extremists. My first
I
wife
think
wasn't that extreme.
I was
Like
having this
some of them are
conversation with
extreme. Some of
I
them are
was having this
extreme.
conversation with my friend yesterday. I think in any group of people, you have the extremists, right? So you have the people who work out who are like the super extreme workout guys, and they're like the douchey gym bros. But for the most part, we're not douchey gym bros. Gym bros are not douchey for the most part.
Well, it's not all
But you can
douchey. There's a strain. There's a strain of like we're gym bros. I'm not douchey. I have been douchey-ish. I've
that's
been
what I'm saying.
douchey-adjacent.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
I'm a gym bro, but I'm not douchey at all. And
you're getting a
there
little
are
douchey.
degrees, right? I'm not at all.
A little bit.
At all.
A little bit.
Not at all.
Not a little bit.
Nope.
A little bit.
Not
I see you doing.
not 1 ounce.
I see you doing like sexy poses and occasionally and shit. Like you're doing
I,
profile shit. No, it's not your fault. Every 30 pounds. I'm
but
not joking. Every 30
you're
pounds,
you're
people
this is
get a little douchey.
you're ridiculous. I haven't what profile picture have I posted? It's my headshot from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, bro. No, I'm talking about right now. You're for shit for you. I'm talking about right now, bro. Not your profile pictures on. I'm saying like when I see. Listen. Every 30 pounds. Your body perception changes because people perceive you differently. That way you perceive
Sure.
yourself.
I get
And I'm
I get
telling
what
you,
you're
yeah,
saying. I get what you're saying. I don't agree with you, but I get what you're saying.
yeah,
What I'm saying is
whatever.
I haven't got I work out, I haven't gotten douchey about it.
That ain't that douche light. It's like what this
No,
what the
no,
like it's
no
bad.
douche
You
at
think it's
all.
bad.
No,
No douche at all.
douche non-existent. No douche existent.
Okay.
Like I don't. What are you talking about?
Well, Comedy Fitness, but we've got to talk about the workout. Today's workout is brought to you by Addict Closeout. Addict Closeout for all your closeout addict needs. Um, we're doing the kettlebell, one-arm kettlebell workout today. I'm going to put a little link and insert it into the podcast. But do you ever use kettlebells? And how do you feel about
No.
kettlebells? Kettlebells, not balls. Kettlebells
Yeah, I
are
know.
totally different.
Colin loves kettlebells, and so he tries every time I work out with him. He'll try to work out. Colin Moulton, for those of you who don't know, is a hilarious comedian. He's super into fitness as well.
Big jiu-jitsu guy. A lot of jiu-jitsu.
Big jiu-jitsu, yeah. And then so he does a lot of kettlebell workouts because jiu-jitsu is big on kettlebell workouts. I just use dumbbells. I'm fine.
I like
have
kettlebells.
dumbbells.
It's like it's a cannonball with a handle on it. Those damn Russians are crazy. But the reason I bring it up is just a nice modality to use. It's good for core training. It's good for stability. And if you only have one kettleball, because they're expensive, the workout kettlebell.
You
Kettlebells are
kept
totally something different. Kettlebells
yeah
are
you
totally different.
yeah But you keep saying kettlebell, and I'm like, that's not what you're trying to say. I don't think.
No, it's not. No, I don't. I'm saying kettlebell, but ball sounds better. In fact, we should make kettleballs. But I have a one kettlebell
That
workout.
that would be cannonballs.
That'd be true because the kettlebell is just a cannonball with a handle on it. It's true.
With a hat.
So it's
I know.
so it's cannonball kettles. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, but that workout is going to be down there. It's only 4 moves. Repeat. It's good circuit and strength. Anyways, there's a fitness part of it. Now let's go to some comedy. Well, what do you think this week about billionaires? Because I've been working on that bit about billionaires. How they should be superheroes and shit. Now it's finally relevant. Because now we actually have a crazy
Yeah.
billionaire Lex Luthor running around.
Well,
And
but
so
that's the
I got
thing that
some.
we should have superheroes, but all we've gotten are villains.
Oh, we've gotten in villainous. And so tell me if you think any of these are good. All right. I don't do one-liners, by the way. That's not my thing. But I wrote a bunch because of this thing. And let's see if any of these go. Okay. In comics, billionaires fight crime. In reality, they just commit white-collar crime and get fines. Can we use homeboys? Can we use homeboys ha every time? That make
But
you
it's
feel better.
villains, right? But you're talking about villains because these
Yeah.
are not superheroes. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Okay.
we can edit. We can edit as we go. I don't mind. These we're spitball. Comic book billionaires have superpowers. Real life billionaires just have superpowered lawyers. Okay. Why do comic book billionaires build suits and gadgets? Real life billionaires just build private islands and yachts. That one's okay. All right.
Well, I
In
like.
comic,
Wait. Hold on. I like if you're gonna go with they build super suits
yeah.
in real life. You go with the counteractive part of that, which is the comparative part, which is what they actually wear. And in real life, they just wear coat hats and a coat hat in different colors. That's
You
a
want to
little.
put like the Monopoly guy? The Monopoly
No,
guy.
it's no coach like the MAGA hat. Remember, you know how
Colt hat. Colt hat.
Yeah. It's a
No,
little
I can
wordy.
say
It's
that.
a little tongue twister. Colt hat.
Colt hat. Hat Colts.
Because you can if you can say MAGA hat, you can just in reality in real life they just change their MAGA hats to black.
They did just change the fucking colors, which is fucking weird. But okay. How
It's
about
not
this?
they. It's just him. He's the only one that has that one. He
Well,
made
just
his own MAGA hat.
keep it red. Keep it red so I can see you fucking coming. From I'm sorry for Cardinals fans and any other team or
You know,
Alabama, but I like the red hat so I can see you coming.
Red's
so I
my
can cross
favorite
the
color.
street.
Red has been my favorite color for 1,000 years, and I
Mm.
wanted to make a hat. I wanted to make a red hat with all my podcast logos on it, and I wanted to make a red hat with my podcast logo on it. And then the moment I looked at it in the designer, I was like, oh no, people are gonna think it's never mind.
Yeah,
And
no,
I was
it's
just like,
worse than the
I didn't do
rainbow.
it.
It's like I hate when groups just take a symbol and like no one's allowed to have it anymore. Like pineapples, a fine citrus, but now you're a pervert, right?
But it's
Like
not now.
like
That's been like 50 years, bro. It's not now.
yeah,
You're
but
making it seem as if it just
no, a lot of
you
people,
just found out about it. You just
a
found
lot
out
of
about it. That's a different thing. But
a lot of people
pineapples
just
have been
want
a
to like.
thing.
But a lot of people
uh,
just like the citrus. A lot of people just like
right.
rainbows. They're not
But
gay. They're not gay. They just like
again,
rainbows.
I'm not defending that. I'm saying you're saying now people took the pineapple. People took the pineapple like 60 years ago.
I'm just
People
saying
were
when
doing people
when
were doing the
things
pineapple in the original what was that
it's
live concert? I forget the name of it. Remember the live concert where everybody went outside?
Woodstock.
Woodstock. People were doing pineapples at
You called
Woodstocks.
that's the live in your head.
I
That's the
could
live concert where everybody went outside.
Did
Oh,
you
okay.
get? Did you get
No,
what
but
I was
that's
saying?
I
Did you
did,
get
but
what I was
yes, be
saying?
live.
Okay.
Well, because
Is
I'm
there
like,
another?
what? You're
Is there another?
a lot. There's like a lot of concerts outside, but I like,
Okay,
and you're
but
very young to
somehow,
have
but
Woodstock as a
somehow,
reference.
but somehow, I said live concert outside that everybody went outside, and you immediately guessed. You
They had
didn't guess
pine.
anything else.
They had pine. I mean, I guess they were
No, those
swinging, but
that group of people were the swingers were using pineapples as a reference point.
well, hippies, but they, but anyways, co-opted science. More jokes. In comics, billionaires use wealth for justice. In reality, they use wealth for more wealth. All
Yeah.
right, that's a yawn. In comic book, billionaires are genius philanthropists. Real life billionaires are genius tax avoiders. I like that one. I've used that one. What's the difference between comic book billionaires and real life one? One fights supervillains, the other becomes one. That's my favorite. I'm probably closing with that one. Comic book billionaires make sacrifices. Real life billionaires make sacrifices of other people's livelihoods or lives. I'm wondering
Right.
how harsh I want to go. But anyways, that's all I got.
You could
But
say in real life, the billionaires sacrifice other people's freedoms, maybe, or sacrifice. Yeah,
well, right now the joke just ends with they're all Lex Luthor, which gets a laugh. But like, because I go through all the billionaires and I keep it short. Short is better. But I want to make it longer, and like I figured a place to throw in some one-liners. But one-liners are a thing. But like, anything you're working on right now?
I'm enjoying that story because it's 100% true. Like, there's no falsehoods to that story. There's no even exaggeration to that story.
The fact that she's wearing sheet metal armor to bed too might give you a sign too. By the way.
Well, and I also talk. I go more in depth about like the fact that she goes into this whole thing. First of all, she has a fitted sheet, then she has her weighted blanket, and then she has the duvet. Which
You live in
you know,
fucking Florida. It's not that chilly. How is the AC up like a billion, like to zero?
we have it at 70. Yeah, our AC is at 70. So
I
it's
sleep
cold.
chilly too. I sleep chilly now too. I sleep more chillier than I ever did. I like a tropical shit, but my wife, she's fucking
Ever
so
since I,
hot.
ever since I,
So
ever since
hot.
no, ever since I've been losing weight. That's the one thing I can tell you.
Huh?
Like, I get cold very easily,
Yeah,
very
you don't have
easily.
insulation. No insulation.
Yeah, it's a
You
thing. It
know.
really is a thing.
Yeah. All those skinny
Eric
chicks
thought I
were
was.
right, right?
Eric thought I was joking around, and he was like, "Oh, it doesn't make it." I'm like, "I promise you, it makes a difference." Where I
Well,
used to
he's
sweat.
chubby.
Yeah, but I used to sweat at the improv, where I used to just sweat, just by sweat I mean just sitting. I used to just like sweat at the improv. And the other day, my wife and I went on a date night to the improv to go watch Tony Baker,
Tony
and
Baker.
I was literally freezing. I was in the showroom freezing. I was like, oh my god! I was like, I wish I would have brought a jacket. It's
No, you needed
crazy.
a hat. Sean, okay. See, now you're a skinny bitch. You have skinny bitch
Yeah,
problem.
now I'm that guy. Yeah, yeah.
Got vegan
So
skinny bitch problem. All right, pop culture moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this pop culture moment is brought to you by Attic Closeout. Attic Closeout for all your attic closeout needs. Um, like pop culture right now, I'm actually not as angry with Trump as I have been. I mean, I know it's pop culture because it's kind of destroying the economy, and we're not going to dwell on the
is
stock
this
market
pop culture? Is
crashing.
this pop culture?
Pop culture minute.
This is political.
No, but it
That's not
goes.
pop
No,
culture.
it goes into pop where they're making a segue. Okay, because all right, you see how he went out and he pushed the. No, do you see how he went out and pushed the Teslas the other day? All right, so
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong, I hate Trump. You're in the
Like,
same. If you're in the same space, you hate Trump,
he had a yard sale,
right?
dude. He had a
Like
yard sale. Like, that
like
was bonkers to me.
can
The
it be any more
president of the
blatant?
United States, president blatant, he's literally
Like
telling you, like, it's like on the
buy these
lawn.
cars. Ugh.
Like, he could have just said that in the Oval Office, and that would have been bad enough. Like, if you would have said that at the podium, like, oh, make sure to buy these cars, they're great cars. That's bad enough. The fact that you had a yard sale and you went out in front of the lawn and you're like, look at this car, like, let's get inside. It's like, oh, dude, and I got to be honest with you, man. As much as I like the Tesla cars, because I like the Tesla cars.
Cars are
I
okay. The truck's disgusting.
the truck is gross looking, but
I like the
I
Rivian.
like I
Rivian's
like
a fine truck.
I like the Tesla cars, but as much as I like the cars, I hope it just fails. I hope the stock keeps plummeting. I hope nobody buys them. That's great.
Unfortunately, I think all
Fantastic.
the stocks are going to plummet. I think actually Trump's plan is now we're back in the now out of pop culture minute. Now we're back in the politics minute. I think
That
the plan
wasn't
is
pop
actually that Trump.
culture. That
Yeah, it
wasn't
was no,
pop
no,
culture.
no. The pop culture part was like he's pushing. No, he's pushing Teslas right now, and
That's
Teslas are
not pop
pop. I
culture.
mean,
Do you know what
how
pop
many people
culture
do you know
is?
have a?
That's
Yeah, it's the
politics. That's
It's the
that's
culture.
politics.
No, that was the culture
That's
that's popping. No, we were talking
that's
about the cult. That was the culture popping. This is politics. Okay. By the way, my show. I'm allowed to call
that
that culture
which
popping.
is why I stopped talking, because I was like, let him do his thing, man. It's his show.
Yes,
He's
that's culture
absurd. He calls
popping.
that pop culture is movies, TV shows, comic books. That's pop culture. Sports. That's even sports is considered sports pop culture, but it's at least sports.
No, what
It's
cars are
pop
going right
culture.
now is pop culture. Oh, speaking about sports, man, it's crazy out there. Raiders just signed Max Crosby for way too much money. Committed to being on a bad team for the rest of his life. Real quick, football
And
minute.
Geno
Football minute.
Smith.
Mm, that's a lateral move. That's
I
going
don't think
sideways
so.
like a
I
motherfucker.
don't think so.
Yes.
I think it's like a
No,
little
you don't think
beep.
so?
I think it's a little. I think it's a little beep
Yeah.
up from
From Gardner
Minshaw.
Minshew. Oh, well,
From
from Gardner
Gardner, come
Minshew.
on, like it's just like a little bump up. You're going up. You're going up a little bit. It's incremental. It's
He's
incremental.
30. He's 33. You know, he's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
he
play
has it.
forever. We're gonna draft a
But
quarterback. You know, I
that's
hear you.
why it's a good bit. That's why it's a good thing. He's a good placeholder. He's a good
I don't even think he's a good
just.
placeholder. I don't think he lasts the season, but I mean, okay. I mean,
I
but
mean,
Raiders are going to be
why wouldn't
fun
he
for
last
the next 4 years.
Why would he? He's not an injury prone. He's not
He's not
injury
injury
prone.
prone. He's not injury prone, but I can see it's the Raiders. They have proven over and over that during the season they will make a change. They have proven week to week they will make a change. Now Pete Carroll's different. He's coming back, but like it's still the organization as a whole. And like, listen, it's going to take Pete Carroll some time. Even though I disagree with the whole Pete Carroll signing, he's 806 for fuck's sake, and he didn't give Marshawn Lynch the ball. I'm sorry. Belichick is stupid for making a defensive coordinator call plays, and Pete Carroll is stupid for not giving Marshawn Lynch the ball. I'm sorry.
On the 1 yard
Dude,
line. On the 1 yard line.
like you can. These people had great careers. You can fuck it up with one play. That's what I
And you know
say.
what's so funny? Because that's an example of the guy, the smartest guy in the room, trying to be the smartest guy in the room. He's like, they're expecting me to pass, they're expecting me to run, so I'm gonna pass. Like that's what he's thinking at that moment. There's no reason for him
No,
not to have run
humans
the ball.
overthink
It's
shit.
absurd.
No, there's no reason at all. There's no reason at all. There's not at all. And say with that, but so everybody's a genius, right? But I don't know.
Hey man, the
I
Niners
just wish
are
Tom
not doing well
Brady
right
would
now.
take.
So
Well, you guys are having a house sale, but you're still keeping the core people. But I think you should trade Christian
not the core
McCaffrey.
people. Not the core
Yeah,
people. We're not keeping no.
Debo. You should get rid of Debo. You should get rid of Debo.
He
You
no,
should.
I'm glad. I was okay with getting rid of Debo, but everybody else that we got rid of, everybody, Drake Greenlaw, we can't keep Drake Greenlaw. We can't keep
Isn't he
Adams.
been out for a while?
No, he was hurt last season. He got hurt at the
Yeah.
Super Bowl the year before, so he was hurt for last season.
Mm.
Keep Drake Greenlaw, man. You got to keep that. But
You
know what's
kept
his
Kettle.
name? You saw Adams. You saw Adams is going to the Rams,
I mean,
and
you know.
I love the idea. I saw this meme. Remember that scene in Juice where Omar closes the locker and Tupac is there and he's like, "What's up?" Yeah, what's up? That's gonna be Adams when he sees Jimmy Garoppolo in the Rams locker room.
So stupid. It's so if the fact. And by the way, Jimmy Garoppolo still has a job. So where
He
everybody else
does.
is, yep,
He got re-signed.
Yep.
He got re-signed, dude.
yep. Jimmy
I am
Garoppolo
convinced. I am
is a
convinced that
thief.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I am
That's
convinced
one of the
that
best careers in football.
I am convinced that Jimmy Garoppolo has this thing where every practice he fucking balls out. Every practice, because every team that he goes to is like, this guy's amazing, and they just keep him on the staff.
Listen, yeah.
And then they put him in the game, and he's like, he was better in practice.
I think football
better.
more than any other sport falls victim of they look the part, because I think it happens with linemen. I think it happens with defensive linemen especially. I think it happens with quarterbacks. I think it happens with DBs. I think people just see a guy and they're like, that's what a quarterback looks like, and like, why can't he? Like Trevor Lawrence is suffering from that. Trevor Lawrence does not play as well as he looks.
Yeah, but
Like,
his stock has dropped in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
It's
well,
been bad.
yeah, like he's bad.
He got that big. He got that big
He's bad.
contract. He got that big contract, and then he just went even.
He's
got
bad.
even worse.
Same with Jimmy. Jimmy Glass, by the way, also breaks. But Jimmy, like, oh, he looks like a quarterback. Like who else is doing it right now? There's a lot of cats. They look like they should be a
So I
quarterback,
don't.
but they're not
The
a
only thing.
quarterback.
The only thing, Zach Wilson. The only thing that I don't.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yeah.
that I don't agree with about Jimmy is that he's glass, because the injuries that he's sustained have been with like really bad hits. It hasn't been like non-contact injuries. It hasn't been like, oh, he was just walking around and he just got hit. It's like, what?
You're correct. Listen, everybody's not Matthew Stafford who can take a beating. Not everybody's built like him. Like some guys get, but he gets hurt, man. Like a lot, he gets, like, and again, it's a hard position. There's a bunch of guys that like.
No, I'm
even Kirk
saying,
Cousins.
but don't. I just don't like the term glass because glass to me implies he gets hurt for any little thing. Like the times that Jimmy Garoppolo has got injured has been because he's got a massive hits. Like
no, he's not like he's not Teddy Bridgewater level. He's not Teddy Bridgewater.
No, and it's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was not. It was just like what? He got hurt from that. Like that.
He was walking backwards. I believe he's walking backwards when he tore his Achilles. Yeah. He's walking backwards.
He's just like okay. Now which by the way, quarterbacks do every single down. They walk backwards every single snap. They walk backwards, even when they're handing the ball. Even when handing off the ball to the running back, they still take a step backwards. They still have to walk backwards.
He doesn't have that down. But I don't know. I think he should just retire, but he's not going to retire. He should retire.
I think he should become a giant. I would love to see him as a giant.
It's only 2 Giants in Tennessee, but yeah, you would love to see him become a giant.
Yeah, because it's a shit show. Because it's a shit show, and I want to see him fucking lose. I would love to see him lose. Look, man, I'm a pretty positive person, and I don't really cheer for people's downfalls unless they're like other level of like either stupid or evil, which is why I cheer for Tesla's not selling well, and which is why I cheer for like, dude, when you're such an anti-vaxxer and like all that propaganda you were putting out there, all that fucking incorrect, false propaganda that Aaron Rodgers is putting out there for 3 years. I'm okay with him being injured. I'm okay with him. I'm not wishing it upon him, but I do wish that he goes to the Giants and lose and sucks all the fucking time. Like just go to a bad team and make it even worse.
I hate him because he's been bad advertisement for ayahuasca and hallucinogens. They're supposed to make you cooler and better. Somehow they made him more of a dick. Because it's supposed to expand your mind and you're supposed to realize that we're all connected. That's literally the whole thing. The only reason you take all these mushrooms and all these drugs is to find Jesus and God is supposed to tell you that we're all connected. That's what it all comes down to. Buddha, Jesus, Earth, the universe, whatever you want to pick.
That's what happened. My boy Will.
That's all that's supposed to happen.
And that's what happened to him.
That's all that's supposed to happen. That's all that everybody knows. He took it and he said, "Oh, it's about me." I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus Christ, But screw him. I can't stand him. Everybody hates him. But hey,
that's what I'm saying. Go to the Giants. Don't you want to see him go to the Giants and lose? That would be great.
Okay, the Giants going to lose anyways. But I would like to see him.
Exactly.
Okay, I am malicious. Like I'm not like you. I have malice in my heart, and I wish people bad stuff if I don't like them. Him going there, I'd rather him go to Tennessee and lose.
Why? Tennessee has a good running back.
Mm.
Giants have nobody. They have a good wide receiver that is never going to get the ball because Aaron Rodgers is going to fucking get sacked a million times because they have no. It's going to be great.
New York, because they'll give him a harder time to press.
Oh, so good.
They'll be brutal.
And then that way he killed. I don't think
he has the balls.
He should retire, but he's not gonna.
No,
he killed 2 New York franchises. Wouldn't that be amazing? Who else can say that?
He's a killer. He's a fucking killer. He's a fucking killer. The whole state. Mm-mm. Hey, so what's the big plug? What you got coming up? You got a show in land? You got something going on?
I got a show. I got a show on May 7th. So depending on when I hope you put this out sooner than that.
Oh yeah, before May 7th next week.
With your reputation, who knows?
Hey, we're back on track. 2025.
Okay. All right. For those of you who don't know, I recorded an episode of Comedy Fitness with Dom, and he put it out 8 months later. That's not even an exexaggeration. He put it out 8 months later. 8 months later.
It was editing.
8 months later. All right.
Had to do editing.
May 7th, the Miami Improv, May 7th. Check me out. I'll be doing a show with my friend Luis Diaz. It's Nery and Luis unscripted. Each of us are gonna do half an hour of stand-up on our own, and then we're both gonna get on stage and do improv with the audience. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So it's gonna be a part stand-up, part improv. It's a hybrid comedy show. It's fantastic. I'm very excited.
Oh, well, very good. Everybody else, just keep checking me out at comedyfitness.com on Instagram and on YouTube. Got a lot of shorts coming out and also some stuff on cruises. Got some land gigs coming up, but I'll release those later. I'm actually doing some stuff around home because I'm home for a while. Are you home for a while? Okay, go out. You got to
Yes,
work. Work is good.
I'm home all the time. I'm home all the time. You can't say that to people
Yeah.
because then they're gonna know. I'm
Oh yeah,
home all
true.
the time
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
with
right.
all
We're
my
never.
guns.
We
With
never.
all
Yeah,
my
oh,
guns.
I actually am home all the time with all my guns. All
I
my
know,
guns.
but I only have two, but I still have two guns.
That's a good start. That's a good start. And also, we're going to start up with the Brothers in Arms podcast coming up soon. But let's get this one out first. And the Brothers in Arms podcast is all
Bam.
about guns. Pew, 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 pew. But, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, thank you so much for listening to the Comedy Fitness podcast. Remember, laugh your ass off. Hey, thanks, Nery.
Yo, listen, man.
You got to, let's see how to, oh, it's not me anymore. You got to do this.